I am Doomsvince, and this is day 106 of Spawn Year.
Bendis does an excellent job in this book of keeping me in suspense, subverting my expectations, and making this baffling string of murders a personal case for our protagonists, Sam and Twitch. Their investigation leads them to a crime family, the San Giacomo family, but unlike a typical mob family, they don't work together. It's only now that they all seem to want the same things, and Twitch discovers what they most have in common. The same police captain both arrested and released them. Lieutenant Barnes, the man who brought Sam and Twitch back on the force, becomes one of the San Giacomo's victims this issue, and all signs point to someone trying to set our heroes up. Although they were already out in the streets making less than pennies as private eyes with tarnished reputations, they didn't have much further to fall, so I'm intrigued to see what the endgame is. I really like that as suspicious as their suddenly getting back on the force was, there really is more going on, and Bendis adds a lot of credibility to his writing by making me scratch my head, and then proves he had a plan all along for that, and he makes me feel like I should have trusted him the whole time. The same goes for the woman Twitch tells his story to at the bar. In the first issue, it looks like an easy framework to tell the story in. The typical melodramatic device of a character telling the main narrative to someone else as a flashback, so we get it from his perspective. I wondered if there was a more sophisticated purpose for this, if at some point time would catch up and the present-day Twitch stuff would become the main narrative. But Bendis completely surprises me by doing that in the second issue, and revealing already that the woman Twitch is talking to is actually a special investigator for internal affairs, trying to see if she can coax the honest truth out of him before Sam and Twitch's inquest the next day, by pretending to be an innocent shoulder to cry on. And now Twitch is in even more trouble for revealing information about a police investigation to someone he thought was a total stranger. Twitch has found himself in an incredibly confused and vulnerable place. Earlier that day, their investigation brings them to a club Sam thinks is San Giacomo Central, and there they find the mysterious tall man in the white hat and coat we saw briefly at the end of last issue, and that's whose hat Twitch has sitting on the counter in the bar. In their pursuit, Twitch loses his glasses but finds himself having to take a shot at the tall man on a roof where he's about to drop Sam to the ground below, and just before that, Sam gets a good look at his face, but we don't, and just as I'm beyond curious to know what Sam saw, Twitch fires and the man's head explodes. In just 2 issues, we have the whole day Twitch is describing in the bar, which I thought might take 4 issues. If this was McFarlane, I'd have said 16, with an occasional intrusive subplot about a giant cyborg gorilla on his way to New York. And it's a really engaging mystery, because while I have a lot of details now, I still have no clue what's really going on, and I'm invested in the protagonists who provide a strong human component and aren't just the generic gumshoes who figure out who done it and move on to a new case. Sam and Twitch demonstrate advanced detective skills when they figure out that each of the body parts found last issue is meant to symbolize a sin. The thumbs are stealing, the genitalia cheating, and the ears are eavesdropping. And those skills help them to not look like incompetent, reckless jerks when they happen to screw up. It's more interesting reading about good, honest cops, but not perfect cops. They've been out of the game for a while and they mess up. And it's shaping up to be a story about trying to work within a system while that system is out to get you. I'm still enjoying all the variation in the panel layouts, and Medina is illustrating how well his format of so many panels on one page works for a fast-paced, kinetic action scene, as well as just people talking. There are a couple of unnecessarily long exchanges, though, that don't seem to do much to further the narrative, though if I've learned anything about this book so far, it's that anything that looks unimportant probably is very important. And one long discussion between Sam and Twitch that's maddening, because both stems are pointing to Sam, neither to Twitch, so it's impossible to tell who's saying what. It looks like Sam's face is talking to his stomach, which he probably does sometimes, but I doubt it's ever about work, and I doubt Twitch would just stand there and listen to him. I didn't comment on the lack of dialogue balloons last issue. It's appropriate for this book because it's very dialogue-driven, and getting rid of all that white space allows for more words in small boxes. Despite the coarse language, Sam and Twitch includes the first F-bombs I've seen in Spawn Year, and rough subject matter, thanks to some competent and unpredictable storytelling, I'm really enjoying this. But I must stay vigilant. fun is always temporary in Spawn Year, and it looks like my own mystery might be thickening. Signed, Captain Logan.